Right guys, hello, how you doing? JK with the AK here. So, as you know, I planned to come back, but I didn't come back because a lot of stuff went down. But I've got to return for this moment because it is diabolical what's going on. Because you know the ARC community is very close to my chest, and I'm very much aware what goes on in the community. So I always keep one eye open, and I've actually got back into ARC. That's thanks to Lewis, Louis, Danny, Dawson, who have got me back into the game. And I've been playing on small tribes and having fun and doing stuff like that. And Genesis. So first of all, I'm warning you, click off now if you don't want to see a Jordan rant, because I've got to make this video because there's been some completely bullshit go on today. So first, Genesis got delayed, and that was all, yeah, you kind of get used to it with ARC now. I still think that's a completely embarrassment. Now, we'll just do a disclaimer. I've got nothing against the ARC devs. I think Sed is a hero who doesn't wear a cape. I think his communication with all the people in the community is brilliant on Twitter. He talks to people. None of the others seem to. Jeremy never seems to get off his arse and actually think, oh, fuck, I have to reply to this person. He never replies. But back to this. It got delayed and you expect that, but that's embarrassing that happens with a game. But Genesis got released, and first issue it's been released, and it's taken people, took me today probably 10, 12, 14 hours to download the update, because that was a 55 gigabyte. Oh, then you had a 9 for Aberration, then you had to do more for Scorched Earth, then another one come out, and so on, and it just went on all fucking day. So that was a complete piss take. But you expect to then be like, oh, downloaded the game, you've paid my £27 UK money, and you think, oh, I can play the game. But no, I've been on there, I've been trying to play on there today, and it's a shambles. You run a couple of yards, and then that pings you back. You cannot do anything. So currently, I'd rate PvP and PvE servers on Xbox, PlayStation and PC unplayable, because you cannot do jack shit. So that's the first major annoyance. The second thing is, where has there been any mention on the build-up of it being no flyers? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't care if there's flyers on Genesis or not, but I do in the respect, because I think manners should probably go from the game. I think they're completely OP. You build up on a server now, you have a manor at your door, someone with rocket C4, you're fucking done. Manners on a new map, I didn't want them on Genesis, we haven't got them, so I'm over the moon with that. But when you've got Pteranodons in the trailer, you've got Argies flying around, bright red ones and that, Argies, Pelagornis, Tapajaras, all stuff like that flying around, you think, oh, well, I'll go and tame them, because they're a flyer, I can do metal runs, I can fly off and build on them pillars. But no, they're not tameable. And there's loads of people going off here. People are still wondering what's happening with Primitive Plus. I think that's pretty much forgotten about, mate. And I will just say, the biomes, they're really small biomes, and you've only got to have an alpha tribe take over one of them biomes with enough power, and people are going to spawn in, and they're just going to instantly get shot. That's how small they are. But people will be like, they're not very small, but they are small. Don't get me wrong, I think they look cool. The water biome was very overhyped. That's literally just a puddle of water with pillars that you can't actually fly to. And when you do, you get place foundations, you get mission area warnings. And it's literally just a fancy version underwater, and it's literally the mosas and stuff under there. Unless you've got some good tames, that's impossible. The lava thing looks amazing. You think, oh, that looks really good. But for PvP, where I live and bleed, it's just a flat black volcano. So you build one place, you're not going to hide or anything. It's just constant warfare. People bought Genesis like a month ago, and they still can't download it on Windows 10. 0 servers on PS4. Here you go. And there's 7 people agree with this. Justin Clay. Played it for over an hour now. Literally the worst DLC you guys have ever made. Focused too much on changing the game, which it has changed the game quite a lot actually. Map isn't even big enough to support one tribe, much less 50 or more. Sparse with resources, which it is as absolute shithole resources in my opinion what I've seen. This person is a counter argument to that. You haven't even explored it all because just the ocean is big enough to fit 30 big tribes and it's meant for servers that have 20 people, so it would be quiet. Seems every time I try to fly, hitting a barrier, plus the no build zones are ridiculous. No build zones. Let me just repeat that. No build zones on a tiny little biome map. Just a pause there. So you've already got hardly any space as it is, but when you do want to build, you can't because there's a no build zone. And there's no flyers either. Why build a map? I agree with here. Why build a map that you can't even build on? There's no photographs for you to play on. Now I forgot how to work Twitter. Oh, there's been another 11 gigabyte update. It has been another shitty launch, and I actually would put this down to one of the worst launches they've ever made. PS4 15 hours ago had no servers. I don't know if they're up now, and but it's bad. It's really bad, and I haven't made a video for nearly a year again, and I had to just have an opinion on this because seeing this way they treat people again, the lies. It's literally been the biggest cash cow since Monkey ate a banana. It really is. Wildcard ended arc with extinction. Oh, that was the good. God bless America. That's the best thing ever. But then they made Atlas. Pirate game, thinking that was going to be the next best thing since sliced bread. But no, it was a complete slop of shit. It was, and it burned to death. That's still on there, but that's shit. I never even played it, and I'm saying it's shit. I'm going by what every other person says. And then they realised, shit, we can't drop Ark and focus on Atlas because Ark's actually doing better than Atlas, and Atlas actually isn't producing the goods. So now Ark is the main game again, and Genesis got thrown together, and instead of creating two awesome DLCs, they couldn't be creative, so they made Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. And they've pretty much lied to people saying that this has got this, it's got that, but it hasn't. They're showing things in the trailer that you can't even fucking do. So that's the first thing. So what other game do you get? And don't put a comment down here saying they're a small company. 80 odd employees they've got for them. More now probably. They've drafted people in from different countries to do this. You don't release something that's combined up to 80, 90, maybe more gigabytes. Charge people the earth for. Do a trailer showing all this stuff that you can't even do. And then release it. That should, when people pay that money, that should be clean, it should be fresh, it should fucking work. But it doesn't even work. The lag. Now me and my mates, we know what to expect, and we know the first couple of days are laggy and we can't really play. But someone who's just bought this thing and, oh my god, Ark's got an update, I haven't played before. What sort of impression does this leave with them? They can't even do anything with their £30 investment. So, I don't know, Ark. You've got a lot of shit to clean up. There's a lot of shit to clean up. Crossplay servers are down on Xbox. That was 2 hours ago, look, by Lewis May. Another thing broke, needs fixing. I've seen 99% of people have agreed with this, saying it's a PvE map. So, make some map for the PvP boys and girls. Don't forget the girls. People aren't able to host a dedicated server on it. No flyers as a joke. There you go. PvE map. No base spots. Can't transfer. No dinos. Genesis took a shit on all PvP players. It did. Because they don't know what to do with this mana trolling problem and duping and stuff. They don't know what to do. It's pretty obvious. How long's it been going on for? They don't know what to do. So instead of doing that, they want to make a PvE map. And there's nothing wrong with PvE because I love the breeding aspect, the fish and all stuff like that. But PvP is where the entertainment is. Having an enemy out there who you can't stand. Having a friend out there who you do deals with. You can't beat it. Planning a war on someone and then, in my case, losing it and then looking a dick. But I don't know, Ark. I don't know. It's been by far the worst DLC in terms of content and deployment. How is it that after 5 years, Wildcard doesn't understand their own game? Mod makers do a better job. They do! Look at the maps mod makers have made. All this enable flyers comments, I agree with a lot of them, but you don't want the mana, which isn't technically a flyer, but you don't want the mana and shit like that, because that will turn back into the troll and evolved. And there's nothing wrong with trolling, because I've done it many times. Sort your game out. No certain maps. Extinction, no drops or veins. Ain't coming down or spawning invisible dinos. Still on extinction, that's still happening. And you put one Genesis map per cluster. Nobody can log on properly. You had so many updates. Most people didn't realise the several games. Oh, just unbelievable. So many mistakes already, and it's been out a matter of hours. Another one. It's the worst DLC to have come to Ark. And as time goes on, Wildcard cares less and less about its paying customers. I really don't get why all we continue to support. I mean, for PlayStation, they gave 10 Genesis servers for small tribes. I don't even play PlayStation, and that is a complete piss take. 10 servers for small tribes? Joke. Another one, PvE map. Another one, what a shit DLC, excitement. And no sleep for nothing. Get to bed, Jordan. Anyone figure out how to be able to fly on this map yet? And the people will say you can't. I tried and you couldn't force tame. Couldn't even force tame one. Bloody hell. I don't know. I could go on all night. We were looking forward to this. That was meant to be fresh and new, and I'll give it that it's fresh and new. But I've had 2 days and I can't even play the game. Few hours and I can't even play the game because that's laggy. So please fix the grass on top of the giant turtles. I don't know what that means, but the whole snow biome is ×6. ×6 damage in the whole of snow biome. That's a bit of news for you. I don't know, guys. That's been a complete sham. Please leave a like on this video. Click the bell icon and all that other shit. Comment down below. Tell your friends about the channel. And guys, I want to hear your opinions on this. Please. Here you go. This is what I'm going to end on. Jake Neal. Hey friends, flyers aren't rideable on official PvP on PC for Genesis. Any reason why? They're not intended to be rideable. They probably shouldn't be tameable because it's a little bit trollish. I'll chat with the team about it when the launch quietens down. They're not intended to be rideable. Flyers aren't going to be tamed. They probably shouldn't be tameable because it's a little bit trollish. I don't think they even know if they're coming or going. They don't know if they're Arthur or Martha. At the minute, Studio Wildcard. They brought a DLC out and I couldn't imagine the stress and the shit. Or unless the shit that's going down in that office stressing about this game. But I generally think they've probably got a strip around there and they're showering them in all our money. I think that's what's probably going on. But anyway, guys, I could go on all night. Love you all as always. I'll speak to you again soon.